so much.
I know, but
I
still.
always forget how loud that is until you're sitting right here.
Now you know why we wear earplugs.
Now that you're done.
I'm so sorry. Have a great show, guys.
Thank you, thank you.
Oh.
How are we doing?
Hi guys.
Hi.
Hi, how's it going?
I'm
Good to see
excited to be
you.
here in New Jersey.
Jojo!
It's the Golden State, right?
No, Garden State.
It's the Golden State, right?
California.
Probably.
It's a good thing you're pretty.
What is it?
Tell it. Put him in this place.
Hello!
Amazing.
Oh my gosh.
I'm so done.
Nice to see you.
We
She's
definitely.
everywhere.
Hey Emmy, good to see you.
No, you don't.
Hi.
Hi Emmy.
Can I ask my question?
Yes, please do. Go ahead.
I'm here to ask the worst question of the day. Well, first of all, I'm so hungry and to ask every single thing.
Yes,
I do it
I'm
always, Emmy. Absolutely.
Okay, good. Also, how would your lives change if right now you found a penguin in your freezer? Rolling in straight out the gate with the worst question of the day. You're welcome.
No, it would change
Alive or
like
dead?
in the best way. Oh, the little penguin one.
But if it's in
I would feed it all the food, and I would give it a fake egg so it can, you know how penguins walk with like the little eggs and the little feet, and then it can take care of a little egg. Yeah, I think it would be great.
We're having steak. That's all I say.
Are you making steak out of the penguin?
Is it illegal?
I would think so.
Is it possible?
Is it endangered?
Well, I feel like you didn't specify the life.
You know what? You're
Is it
literally so
alive?
right. That's my bad.
Yeah, that's your bad. Clearly, your fault. Yeah, I don't know. Definitely not raising that thing.
Oh, I would
A
honestly.
penguin? In LA?
You can't eat my
City of
penguin.
Gold or-
I would try to create some.
City of Gold?
No, I think I would try to do some like happy feet situation. I want to teach you how to dance, and I want to dance with it. I think it'd be fun. You know.
This is, wait, what is that? Mrs. Popper penguins?
Wait, so what is that?
Mr. Popper's penguins.
Happy feet. Happy feet.
We'll train it to dance.
That's what we're saying. Yeah. Train it to dance.
Of course.
Yeah. Duh. That's what we're gonna do.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a happy feet penguin.
Oh my gosh. He's Jared.
Oh, it's just easier. I feel like every time I sit with it backwards, I like slouch. And then I'm like, oh, strut.
Jared.
Hi.
Jared. Hi.
Hello.
My question is mainly for Jojo. I'm sorry to you guys.
No, it's okay.
I know what it means to me to see a fellow non-binary person on screen, and I want to know what non-binary representation means to you.
Well, thank you for that question. Hello, friend. I see you. I love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for asking the question. What does non-binary representation mean to me? For me, I think it just means showing up in this world authentically and being yourself and taking a seat at the table when you know you deserve a seat at the table just as much as anyone else does. Normalizing our existence, you know. I'm grateful that with this show and being on this show that I am supported by a team and by a cast that really pushes my existence to the forefront and is not making it like a topic or making it a whole thing. They're just kind of trying to normalize it and make it like a valid and beautiful thing. So representation is huge, and I'm grateful that with my representation and with me being on the platform that I am, that I'm able to inspire others and that they can see themselves in my character, they can see themselves in Carlos and in me as Jojo, and it inspires me when I see y'all taking that lesson with you and continuing to pave the way alongside with me and even past me. I want to continue to pave the way so that others can run past me and pave the way for so many others moving forward. So, thank you. Nice to meet you.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Lucas, and my question is for Drake. I was wondering, in the season finale, when you're in your dress uniform, you go up to the stewardess and you said, I don't know where I belong, I just buried my friend. How many takes of that did you do?
2 actually. Yeah, we that day was really fast because I was working with Jared and Jim, or Jensen and Jim. Oh my God. I was working with Jensen and Jim, and they get like the priority services, so my coverage was quick and fast. But yeah, that was 2 takes. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
Howdy, hello.
Hi.
Okay, so I'm Dean, and my question for all of you is, what would your montage song be?
Ooh. Montage song. Right now, Whole Lotta Love is stuck in my head. A Whole Lotta Love, because they just played it.
Like for the character or for like us as people?
Either, both, I support it all.
I would, for character, I always feel like Simple Kind of Man is like a John thing. I don't know. Yeah, simple.
I really like Wole Wole. Is that how you say it? Yeah, I feel like for Carlos specifically, that would be fun. I have this dream that if when season 2 happens, fingers crossed, that season 1, Carlos's entrance song was All Right Now, which was amazing. It was a great song, but I think if I had like a season 2 entrance song or like a way to set up Carlos's character, it would be Wole Wole. I don't know, I can't. No, you're setting me up right now. No. This, that's how he's wicked. That's how you get people. No, but it's, that would be my song, yeah.
I would do it for me, because I don't really know how it goes. And
Sam the Sham.
I wish I wish there was like one of those automatic, like just like play the song.
Sam the Sham and the Pharaoh.
What?
It's by
Would y'all sing it with me if we try it? So wait, so it goes, well, first of all, we know that beginning part, which is like the hey, wole wole, something like that. Gosh.
That's it exactly.
I don't know the lyrics. It just has a really great like vibe to it. When you learn to dance, or something like that. Yeah, that's my best I can do for you.
This will be on Spotify tomorrow.
It'll be on my gosh, but yeah, that song. Thank you, Dean. I'm sorry. I hope that was alright.
No, that was beautiful.
I feel like Mary's song would be like Baba O'Reilly. Who? They played that when Baby showed up in the finale, and it gives me goosebumps every time. Also, like the original teaser trailer that came out for the Winchesters, they used that song, and it made me so excited. So I feel like it's definitely like the core 4, but also Mary. So, yeah.
We had actually, funny enough, we had gotten to see a trailer prior to Comic-Con, like a teaser for what was supposed to air at Comic-Con. And we had seen it with Jensen, Donnelly, and a couple other people. And then when we were on stage, they played a different trailer that none of us had seen. And so I remember Jensen looking over to Megan and he's like, what the fuck is this? And we were like, I don't fucking know. But yeah, but yeah, I had Baba O'Reilly.
Yeah, that was so funny.
It was really good. His face was just like, he just did this slow, like. It's great. It's a good time.
Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you.
Thank you, Dean.
Hi, I'm Kylie. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
And that's funny, speaking of the trailer, I remember when it came out, one of the most talked about things was how Mary's hair was straight, not like the wavy 70s curls that we saw from Supernatural. And then obviously, as the season progressed, Mary's hair changed to be what we expected. Obviously, we didn't know about the alternate universe, so I'm just wondering, Meg, if that was like a direct result from the fan reaction online, and then for Jojo and Drake, was there anything about your characters that you kind of changed throughout the process of filming the first season based on fan reaction that you were seeing?
Right, I definitely think it was a bit of fan reaction, and also to make it more authentic to the 70s, they wanted kind of like the Farrah Fawcett, like sweet, and then like make it curly. I think in the pilot they were going for like, because Mary doesn't put any effort into anything that, like looks-wise, she kind of just gets up and goes and starts hunting. So I think they were trying to make it more like, I don't know, like Peggy Lipton-ish in the 70s, where it's just like very straight down, natural. And then as it progressed, they were like, let's have a bit fun with it and make it more like OG Mary. So yeah, it's really cool. I also think through through Winchester, she was getting more and more vulnerable and kind of exploring herself more, so it made her, want to do her hair in the mornings, maybe since she met John. So yeah.
Great with your hair. Anyway, no. That was terrible.
Where do you
The only thing that I tried for the whole entire season, and we ended up getting to do it on 12, was facial hair. And I'm really, really wanting in season 2 to be able to like grow it out now and see like what I can do. Just because that feels more Jeffrey Dean to me. Yeah, I just think it's fun. So.
And you also said no bell-bottom jeans.
No bell-bottom jeans. I hate those things.
You had to wear them in episode 2, right?
No, episode 1 I had to wear them.
Oh.
And then I tried them on in wardrobe for the show, and I was like, fuck no. I can't stand them.
Oh no, yeah. For Carlos, it was kind of similar with like Meg's situation. It was like at first they didn't want him to be so like. It's not that they didn't want him to. It's just like it just wasn't like they didn't think about it. I think they had to like meet me and get to know me a little bit first. But they were kind of like, oh, Carlos is probably not all that much into fashion. Probably not all that much into like wearing anything that's like colorful and fun. And as the season kind of went on, when they started to incorporate that a little bit more and they started to get to know me and my personality, they just started to push that a lot more. Yeah, because I like to think that because Carlos is like he, in this world of hunting, he knows that it's like a dire thing and it's dangerous and all that stuff, but like it's not gonna make him dim himself or his shine or anything that he has. So he likes to feel good and look good while hunting demons, which is fun. So yeah, I like that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, my name's Keeper. It's really great that you guys are all here. Drake and Meg, I got to see you at the pilot screening at Comic-Con in New York. And Jojo, from the first time I saw the pilot, I love Carlos and you do such a fantastic job.
Thank you.
My question is, what is it like for you guys kind of stepping into that role model role that for the younger generation that Jared and Jensen had when the show first came out?
Yeah, I feel like it's an incredible responsibility. And I don't think it's one that we all realized that we were stepping into until we were in it. Because the fan base is something that I don't think that you understand until you're in it. It's massive, as you all are well aware, and very, very passionate. And so, yeah, I feel like the responsibility part of it was just unexpected, but really welcomed by all of us. Yeah, it's a blast. You all treat us like family, and I hope that you all feel the love that we have for you. And how much we enjoy being here and doing things like this and getting to make the show and continue that universe, a universe that I also loved and was a fan of. So yeah, I'm just happy that we get to keep it going.
Yeah, I kind of, it was very similar like to what Drake said. Like I didn't really realize what I was stepping into until I was like in it. But I also did know, being like in the world of Supernatural and everything, I knew that I was taking on a responsibility, especially with being the first like canon, regular queer character, and I knew that that meant a lot to a lot of people, especially because I feel like a lot of the people in this fan base are young queer identifying humans, and I also knew that people that were fans of Supernatural really didn't see that like totally out there throughout all the seasons of Supernatural. So knowing that I could be that representation for those people and that sort of inspiration was really cool, and I wanted to do it justice. And similar to what Drake said, I wanted to make those people proud, everyone proud, but especially those people, because those are the people that I know I'm speaking to personally. And yeah, I'm just so extremely grateful to be in that position, and I take it very seriously, and it means a lot. So.
It was definitely challenging for sure. I feel like it was a really good pressure that kept us going and like made sure that we were working really hard towards a goal of making everybody super happy with the show. So yeah, going to Comic-Con was very scary. I feel like that was our first test, our toe into the water to see how everyone reacted. And once the reactions were good, and we heard like some applause, we were like, oh, okay, cool, because we were really nervous. But yeah, also everybody in the Supernatural fandom, but also the family, like just the actors on Supernatural, everyone is just so nice. And it is really family oriented, and it carries through everyone. So it's been comforting. So yeah.
Awesome, thank you guys so
Thank
much.
you. Good seeing you.
Hi, my question's for Jojo, and it kind of stems back to what you were just talking about. I was just curious if you had any fears or challenges being the first canon queer person of color, or if you had any apprehension knowing how dedicated the fan base was coming from 15 seasons of mostly cis white people.
Oh, you went real there. I love that. Here's the thing. I had no apprehension because I love a challenge. And I love to challenge people's minds. I like to get them to open their minds, but I love to open people's minds not with just hostility and with aggression. I like to open it with love and compassion. And I like to think that if I'm bringing love and compassion to the table and being authentic and such, that it will hopefully get them to see me as well and understand me. And there are some people from the fan base that still don't take very well to my character, and that's okay. But at the end of the day, I'm serving those who do, and I am doing this for them, and I feel like that outweighs any of the negativity that comes forward. So I never once questioned, or yes, it can be hard at times, like hearing words that, or seeing things about you on the internet that can be hurtful, or you're not being taken seriously and such. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter because that's all just noise. And I like to tune that out, and I like to give my time to the people that I know are being moved by my story, and that, just like I said, they see themselves represented. And that's so much more important because I understand that I am not a person that you've seen on TV a lot, or I'm not being pushed to the forefront, or I'm, as some people that don't, accept or support, I'm shoved, my whole identity is being shoved down their throat, you know what I mean? When all I'm doing is just existing, and I'm just owning my space, and that's all it is, and it's time that gets normalized, so that's it.
So I have two third graders, Haley and Isabella. So to say I have seen zombies 1, 2, and 3 so many times is an understatement. Fantastic, even as an adult.
Thank you.
So thank you. My question is, how different is it going from working on a Disney family zombies film to supernatural type genre completely? Different.
It is very different. I feel like zombies, I'm, singing and dancing with zombies, and then episode 2 of Winchesters, I was murdering them. So it's definitely very different. I was like, oh god. Yeah, it is. It's really cool. I feel like as I've gotten older, it's a really cool transition, just age-wise. I feel like I'm maturing just as a person, and then kind of the projects kind of aligned where the projects I'm doing are maturing as well. So it was really, really cool. Yeah, playing Mary, I was terrified at first. Definitely not like Addison at all. And it was really challenging, but then I realized that I'm a lot like Mary than I thought I was. Just kind of the layers that she has and how she's very closed off. So it was really fun playing her. It was almost therapeutic. So yeah, it was really cool.
You did good.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate that.
So Jared has been asked this since day one, and Jensen was finally asked last year. Jojo, now it's your turn. What conditioner do you use?
And shampoo.
Oh, and shampoo? Well, you know what's great is that they're both the same company. I use Nexus. Secret heritage rose. Yeah, Nexus shampoo and conditioner.
Nice.
There you go.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Nice pictures.
Do I look as badass as I feel?
It's feeling a little 90s in here.
I can't see any of these.
Hi, I'm Jamie. I just want to say I love Winchesters. I love that it's coming to a new generation. The finale was amazing.
Thank you.
So great. I just wanted to know if you guys felt really any pressure of stepping into those roles of Mary and John again. And Jojo, you're just starting a new role. Did you feel weird about joining and starting something new in canon? How that felt for you guys?
Yeah, it was definitely challenging. There was definitely a pressure to it because we really wanted to do justice and make sure that John and Mary, there was justice there for the fans. Also, there was so much pressure. Speaking of the finale, I got my license just because I didn't have it, and I got my license just to drive Baby. That was like the first time I really drove over like 30 miles per hour, and it was terrifying. So that alone was just really, really scary. And I like texted Jensen, I was like, if I crash, I'm so sorry. So that was really scary, but also an honor, and like things like that, like those moments I'll never ever forget. And the fact that I even got to drive Baby and act in Baby was just insane. Also, the scene where I have to get out, like I was in the car with Jensen and then they yelled action and he pulls me out of the car, like that was just crazy too. Yeah. He also told me not to hit my head because it's like way lower than you think, and I literally shut the door on my head. And he's like, that's the only advice I gave you. And I was like, I'm sorry. So yeah, that hurt, but it was really cool. So yes, there is an immense pressure for sure, but a really good one and great memories, so yeah.
Apparently Jared has like permanent brain damage from hitting his head on the car.
Yeah, because he's very tall.
Yeah, playing John, my biggest nerves came from, I feel like a lot of people didn't love Jeffrey Dean's portrayal, and then talking to Jeffrey, just kind of hearing how fan reception was for a long time. I was really nervous, because I was also doing something different and didn't really know how that was going to be received. So yeah, I think that's more as I was just like, well, I hope they fuck with it, because this is what it is. So yeah, there was a lot of pressure for sure. Thank you.
And when it came to Carlos, I don't know, I was just really excited. I just thought, I mean, yes, there definitely was that pressure about like, oh, I hope that this character is worthy enough of being part of like, you know, all these other beloved characters. And so there was a lot of preparing and time taken into fleshing Carlos out, bringing all these nuances to him, and, you know, not just making him like, it's very easy for a character like Carlos to just make him a stereotype and just to fit a mold and such, and I think we did a very good job at just like giving him more substance and some cool stuff, and I'd like to think that people have taken to him well, and that he served well to the story. So yeah, I'm very proud of the work that I've been able to bring and that we've been able to create with the character. So yeah.
Review the Winchester.
Sick
You look incredible. Wow.
I love it, it's beautiful.
So, first off, Jojo, your portrayal made me cry because I was a queer woman who couldn't come out at the start of Supernatural, and seeing you so unapologetically yourself, I lost it, and that made me so happy.
Thank you. Proud of you. You're amazing. Keep being you. Keep shining. Keep taking up that space. Thank you so much.
Okay. So you talked a lot about authenticity, and for all three of you, as you get to the big expansion of fandom and fame that comes with the Supernatural 15 years of fandom, how do you keep yourself grounded in that? And have you found any challenges to continue to be yourself as things kind of take off and get big?
I think the biggest thing that was really cool is on the pilot, I feel like the four of us, the three of us and Nida, we always were like, if we are struggling with anything or have any issues or literally anything, like happy, sad, mad, all in between, that we would be there for each other, and it's really become like a true core four where we would just, whether we were by the trailers and crying one day or, you know, having a movie night or whatever it may be, it was like we were really there for each other. So I think no matter what challenges we face or if we're any kind of emotion that we have, like we're really there for each other. And we always do this thing where we put our pinkies like in the center and say eyes on us. So before any big thing that we do, we always say eyes on us because, you know, just staying grounded and staying focused, so. Yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah, I feel like I don't know, I can't speak for the y'all, and I think Meg is a little bit different situation than Jojo and I, but I don't feel we fame, if that makes sense. Outside of when we come here, and it's like people are here for, this, but in my day-to-day, I don't really feel anything different, and I hope I can live in that for the rest of my life, because I think it can be overwhelming for sure. So yeah.
Yeah, I feel very similar. I feel kind of similar to Drake in the sense, oh, sorry, there's a baby. I've been watching the whole time, precious. I just, basically, I kind of feel similar to Drake. And if anything, I'm really grateful, and I think Drake has this too, and Meg, you do too. We just have really great friend groups, aside from we have each other, but then we also all have our own sweet friends that we always go to help us stay grounded, friends that we've known all our lives, our families, whenever we're feeling kind of unbalanced or kind of jaded by some things. Something also that Meg made a point of, which is always being there for each other. We're also always there for each other in the sense of always holding each other accountable when things kind of go awry or when things are a little tense. We're always just keeping an eye on each other and looking out for each other, but it's all, and I don't want to say calling anyone out, but just holding each other accountable, but it's always out of love and it's always out of respect for the other person and because you're looking out for them. And so I'm just grateful for that. So I just feel there's a naturally already instilled support in our own personal lives and with each other that just kind of makes it feel great and is healthy. So yeah, that's what I would say to that. Thank you.
I'm Charlotte. So I was wondering, I completely stole this question, but if you guys had any bits that you guys do with each other or with your other friends, what are they? I do have examples, if you need examples.
Of course, give us an example.
Okay, so with Emmy, that was her question by the way. With Emmy, I like to humble her a lot because she thinks she's really funny.
Shots fired.
But whenever she says pretty much anything ever, I'm just boo, tomato, tomato.
I say tomato too.
Tomato.
I'm usually the recipient, Amy, so I feel you.
Tomato. So what do you guys do?
We actually were just talking to Spate backstage. He directed episode 7 and then was in 8, and we watched a lot of Phil Hartman SNL bits from back in the day. And Meg and I have a constant bit now, just as it's been going since we met Spate. And anytime that we make a crowd of people laugh and we make a good joke, we always look at each other and we're always dude, text Spate. I gotta text Spate. I gotta tell him.
Because Drake actually did that. For the rest of the show, anytime he made the whole crew laugh, he would text Spate and be just kill. And Spate would be yay! So that was really good.
Yeah, we have a group chat called the Hartman Zone, and we'll just send each other bits all the time.
Yeah. And then also there was a bit, what was it when I actually messed up the take? Sorry guys.
Oh my god, yeah. There's a, I forget what the Phil Hartman bit is called. But basically it's an actor who keeps screwing up the take, and Meg actually did it.
Yeah, for real, but the crew is not in on the bit.
And
So
no
they were
one laughed.
what is happening? And no one laughed. So I texted Kate and I was I just bombed. But yeah, that was
Ooh, tomato.
tomato. What else to do? Every time there's a band, Jojo and I do Beyonce. So.
Oh yeah. Anytime there's a fan blowing on set when it's putting out smoke to create the hazy effect, we'll just purposely get in the way of any of the smoke getting out on set. We're just no, sorry, we need to have our Beyonce moment.
Yeah.
Also, Meg and I sometimes the singing bit. We sometimes like to do this singing bit where we sing hit songs that people love and we'll go for it, but every time we get to the money note, the big high note that makes it amazing, we just jump down the octave.
Yeah.
Pretty much, huh? You do it now? I'm so glad you do.
It ruins her day.
Oh, damn. This is getting personal.
Tomato.
Not funny. Every time when you do it, it's funny. Not funny.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, those are some fun bits. Yeah.
Thanks.
Amazing.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hi. I'm Alice from New Jersey.
Hello.
I was a little skeptical about the whole idea of the show when it was announced, but you guys
completely won me over with the pilot. And everybody has really put in 110% to make it a truly amazing show that I fell in love with.
Thank you.
Having lived through the 70s, one of the things that strikes me is that the costumes are just dead on. What's your favorite costume piece that you've gotten to wear in the course of the show?
I'm trying to think of which flannel. Which flannel with jeans did I like best? The red one? The military outfit's fun, but I only ever wore that on days that it was like 105.
Oh, wow.
And it's 5 layers, and like they made sure it's like, it's
Truly.
legit, it's miserable. Someone say facts? What a weird shared experience.
Yeah. I feel like the hippie costume was really fun. Like the big flowy dress. I had the cowboy boots because it was like 110 degrees and everyone was in layers and I was like, woo, aquarium. I'm trying to think. Oh, I like being a clown. That was interesting.
You did?
Maybe not. Maybe not. I did like it.
I love that.
It was freaky when you cried with the makeup. That was scary.
Yeah, our hair lady is like deathly afraid of clowns to the point where it's like it's not a funny joke.
Oh,
it's
wow.
like a serious thing to where like everyone had to like be aware.
They had to have like in the hair and makeup show, they had to put up, when it came to the makeup side, they had to put up a divider in the trailer so that she would be on her side and everybody else would be on the other side so she couldn't see it. Yeah.
So that was complicated to get your hair done.
Yeah, it really was. I'm trying to think of my favorite outfit. I always like when Mary wore like kind of black or gray. It just made me feel like very badass. So I think it was in like episode 11 when me and Millie are talking to Betty, and I'm literally like, this world's real, and I'm like wearing all black, and I just felt so cool.
Oh, easily though, really, I just remember, easily my favorite was wearing the actual Vietnam like outfit when we were filming in episode 1. Yeah, we were filming in Vietnam, and that was definitely my favorite.
Yeah, that was cool.
It's also, yeah.
What was yours?
Yeah.
Honestly, Carlos has a lot of great stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, well, here's the thing. I'm currently wearing the Carlos jeans.
Yes.
So wearing Carlos jeans. All things. These are probably my favorite jeans ever, and I literally like stole as many as I could when the season was over. And they are the best. I love them so much. So yeah, Carlos jeans, hands down. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
I think you guys are all amazing, but my question is for Meg. In 2019, when you were performing at Epcot and Disney World, your music was amazing, and I was just wondering if any new music is coming soon.
Oh my god, thank you. Yes, hopefully this year. I've been working on music like all of these years, just like experimenting and stuff. So yeah, hopefully I'll have stuff released this year. And I'm really, really excited. No, it's okay. Yeah, and I'm really excited. So thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
You guys are awesome.
Thank you.
You're awesome. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Michelle,
Hi.
and I'm from Maine, and I drove down here with my friend. But Carlos, I have two things. Carlos, I wanted to say to you that I'm so happy that you're so open. And my child is non-binary and bi. She's very confident, but still, I just love seeing more and more real world. You know, it makes me really happy. But,
Thanks so much.
And my question for like 3 of you, although I think Joy, have you guys ever seen all of Supernatural? Like, how much did you know of Supernatural? Like, have you watched it at all? Or did you start watching the show?
I haven't finished still. I've seen the end. But I saw up through season 12. So I haven't seen season 13 or 14, but I've seen a lot of 15. Yeah. Oh, is that? Yeah.
That's the question?
Right, that is the question, yeah.
Yeah, so did you guys?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, it was really cool. Like, what's really awesome is that for Winchesters, like a bunch of Supernatural fans were like, if you want to watch the Winchesters, here are all the episodes you should watch, like for preparing yourself. And I was like, don't mind if I do. So that's what I did. And like very like Mary heavy episodes. There was one episode that Drake showed me where Dean and Mary, like when she's older, they are like connecting their brains, and he basically tells her everything that she did wrong, and it was, I was sobbing, and I was like, wow, this is a lot. So that was really, I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty similar to Meg. It was that, like, I just went off of, like, because the fan base just has so many resources and because everyone is so dedicated and knows their stuff, like, a lot of things, like, I just received from fans and a lot of episodes to look into. I did find that one episode that everyone talks about, which is when Jared's on the phone and he's just like, got it, great, thanks Carlos, done. That's the extent of what my character existed in Supernatural. And I was hunting that episode down forever and ever, and it was just fantastic when I was able to find it. But, oh my gosh, no, so many great episodes. One of my favorite episodes that I love so much. I mean, Scooby-Doo is definitely one of those that come to that one. And I also love the Groundhog Day episode. That was another great one as well. Just fun, creative things. Also, when you just take, like, elements from other sorts of, like, films and things and combined it, and like when there was that collaboration sort of happening. And I love how we also kind of brought that into our show when it came to bringing supernatural characters back, which was epic and insane. So that's what I did as well.
It was also wild when I was younger. I was like a Tumblr girly, and I would be on Tumblr all the time, and the amount of supernatural gifs I saw, but had no, like, I didn't know like the core, like the one of Dean going like I used that all the time, and I just like, it was so funny. Like I was on Supernatural Tumblr, and I was just scrolling all the time. And now there's so much context for all of those gifts and things, so it's pretty cool.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna try to get her to watch Baby next. That's the goal.
That's his favorite episode. And Robbie wrote it.
Yeah, Robbie wrote it. Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
So since the world of the Winchesters is set in an alternate universe from the world of Supernatural, if your characters could be in a third different world, still Supernatural related, what would you change about your characters?
Squirrels.
Well, John would probably be a good father. In one of those worlds, he's gotta be okay.
Period.
It was funny too rewatching, because I rewatched when we were filming. I would watch an episode pretty much every night before I would go to bed, or like while I was sleeping, and hoping that it would like soak into my head. And I would always try to like defend, like I'd be like, "Oh, John, he's just so misunderstood," and then he would pop up on screen and do some bullshit, and I'm like, "Well, yeah, you know." It got really hard to defend there towards season 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it'd be cool to. What would it, in a third world? Yeah, I would stick with just being a good dad. There's a poor baby.
I think Mary would be tall. Just wear like huge stilts and walk around and be taller than John. I think that would be awesome. I also love your shirt, by the way. It's so great. That's how I feel about adulting too.
Yeah, I'm sure since adulting, 1 out of 5 stars would not recommend.
Yeah, I agree.
That's why we're here.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I wouldn't change a lot about Carlos's like personality or anything like that. I like his vibe. I think he's cool. If anything, there's 2 things that come to mind. I would love to find an alternate universe where like he's still hunting, but there's also like much more of his, like he really owned and really went after his music. I think that would be really great. And we see that in this season. We definitely see a glimpse of him just like returning to that love that he has. But if he could have just found like more of a balance there, that would have been great. Also, I wonder if Carlos like would have thrived in a different like setting, like if he didn't live in Kansas. Like what if he lived like, I don't know, in like New Jersey? Or in New York City. I don't know. Like I think Carlos would have thrived in New York City.
Yeah.
That energy for sure. Yeah, I kind of think of that. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Hi. Hi.
I'm Haley.
Nice to meet you.
Here from Connecticut.
Awesome. Welcome.
My question is, if you pick 2 animals that you can mix, what animals would it be and what would you call it?
It's so Gishmash next.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Napoleon Dynamite. Tiger. And a lion. What would I want to see? I think it'd be really, oh my gosh, a mouse in a giraffe. So it'd just be a giraffe-sized mouse. Wait. No, wait, backwards.
That'd be terrifying.
Sorry, backwards. A mouse-sized giraffe. Right? Yeah, confusing myself.
That'd be so cute.
Sorry, first one's horrifying. Scratch that. Giraffe.
A giraffe. That's perfect. Maybe a zebra and a cheetah. Whoa! Crazy. Stripes and dots. And I would call it a Zeta. It's kind of cool. Thank you.
I'm stumped. I would go, just because I'm a Leo, and I would love to have a lion in the mix. I'm gonna go with a lion.
Platypus.
Lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. No, I'll have, what if it's like a lion?
Gecko.
Damn it. Take your time. I'll take my time.
Fish.
A lion, why do I want to incorporate it with the sea? I feel like that'd be so weird, but like, what if it was like a lion and like, oh, that'd be terrifying. I almost said a lion and a whale, but damn, that would be aggressive. You know what, I'm gonna stick with it. I'm gonna say a lion and a whale, because I think that's pretty cool and majestic, and I would call it Jojo.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Majestic Jojo, swinging the ocean.
It's your fantasy animal. Call it what you want.
Out of American Housewives, Zombies, and Manchester, which one was your favorite?
Yeah, which one?
Which one?
The wrong answers here.
Wow. Well, I mean, the Winchesters. It's definitely my favorite. No, but actually, on the Winchester, it was so cool learning stun training and fighting and being like this badass character. It was really, really awesome. So, yeah, I would say the Winchesters. And it was a great experience being in New Orleans, so, yeah.
Where are you going, Eddie? Where are you going?
Jensen photos.
What's going on? I'm totally kidding. Just trying to call someone out.
I mean, go to Jensen, honey. Don't worry about it. I get it. I get you. I'll see you in meet and greet, love.
Hello, you are new to this, so I've been doing this for 5 years, Mad Libs, and I don't know,
Mad Libs?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
Alright, cool. So I'm going to be doing this the whole weekend and finishing up, hopefully, with finishing up on tomorrow. And I was going to say Sunday. Anyway, so you guys, everybody has a noun. I have a lot of nouns, so.
Okay, all of us to announce?
You need 3 different nouns. Right. I have to say that.
I go back to my first statement.
Hippo.
That was mine. Go on, Jojo. Come on. Richard Spade.
Jersey.
Okay, so, well, somebody videotaped, because we won't be here tomorrow, so somebody videotaped that.
Please.
Very cool.
Christy's got it. Look at Krista,
She's got you.
Just like the
Always. Always.
Amazing.
I love the tape off square for you, by the way. This is hysterical.
This is a box of sheep.
Hello?
Hi, my name's Ashley. First, I just want to say we adore you all, and I know a lot of people would probably be in here seeing your panel if it wasn't scheduled with all of Jensen's stuff.
Thank you, I appreciate
I'm trying to
it.
get him off this whole circuit thing anyway.
I was just wondering what character traits from your characters would you want to have in real life?
Fighting skills. That'd be so fun. If anyone came up to me and I was like, that'd be really awesome. So, I guess I can learn. Not as well as Mary though. I'll never be as good as Mary. Also just hunting skills. It'd be fun. Actually no, I wouldn't want to hunt. I'd be so scared.
Also, you are Mary. What are you talking about? You have all those skills. You did it.
No, but like she actually like beats them up. I think I'd be scared. But yeah.
You're growing into it.
Yeah, growing into it.
Between alcoholism, PTSD.
You're only an alcoholic if you go to meetings.
The choices. Ambiguity with text messages and phone calls. Honestly, roll the dice. Any one of those out there. I feel like working these conventions, I'm already working on a couple of those. Especially in Rome.
Back to Rome.
I am going back to Rome. So is Jojo. Oh, fuck.
It's all right. We won't tell anyone. It's okay. We already.
You guys didn't hear anything. It stays in this room.
My palms are so
Delete your video.
It's better than Jared spoiling that Castiel was coming back.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Moving on with the question.
Because it's Scooby Natural.
I've seen that.
Yeah.
When Jared said that Castiel was coming back, I actually saw that clip.
Yeah. So Jared.
Oh, so this is nothing.
So you're even more Jared. You're right on track for. Anyway.
I think I similar to Meg, I would want to do fighting skills. I think I would want my fighting skills. I like to think that I like to think that I have a lot of Carlos in me. I like to think that I have a lot of those traits. I wish I could exactly say, another thing aside from the fighting skills, he just says like what's on his mind. He just like says it and like has no regrets, and sometimes I'm a little more cautious with how I say things, which I like. I like to hold things back, but like I love how he's just so strong and he can just say whatever's on his mind and be confident in it. And that's something I would want to take also. Yeah.
Same with Mary. I definitely would want to speak my mind more. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Bethany. I'm a junior in high school.
Oh?
I want to ask you guys some advice because, like, I don't like high school. I don't think anybody does, but
Neither do I.
get through it.
How to get through high school?
I was homeschooled, so teachers were terrible. So I can't really give too much advice on the public school education part of it. But I always try to remind myself that in 20 years from now, you'll wish you were here at the same level of health that you are experiencing the same things that you're experiencing. And I think time is a perspective. And it sucks right now, but it does get better, and it is really a very, very small part of your life. And you really can't get through it, I promise you.
Just be comfortable in knowing that no one in high school knows what they're doing. Everyone is just learning and trying their best, and these are just some formative years. Continue to be curious about things, continue to ask questions. Your worth is not based on a grade. You are worth more than a school or like a grade or anything. You possess a lot of great qualities, and you're not going to be the best at everything, and that's okay. I did not know how to do. I'm not a school person. Like, it's just not me. I just was never. I mean, I was fine in class, and I graduated. Yay! But there was a lot of things I didn't excel in that a lot of my peers did, but I excelled in my own things. So continue to embrace the things that you have that are great about you and surround yourself with people that love and support you and that, you know, want to see you grow and do great things. So yeah.
I think high school is a very confusing time for everybody. I also think a lot of kids in high school can be very mean because they're just confused also, and so everyone's just taking it out on each other because they don't know how to deal with some of the things they're going through maybe. And everybody, like I feel like after high school you just grow so much, and you're also growing in high school, and it's all just a learning lesson, and you're not, you know, you won't be the same person you were in high school, neither will anybody be. I wasn't the same person I was 5 minutes ago, so there's a lot of room to grow, so you got this.
You got this.
Of course.
Hi, I'm Julia. Obviously, there's a lot of fans here of Supernatural and enjoying this very popular franchise that people are very passionate about. I was just curious, what are you fans of? Like, what are your passions?
SpongeBob. I got my Squidward pin right here. And yeah, I'm a huge fan of SpongeBob. That's probably like my, if I was a part of a fandom, that would definitely be it. And I love musical theater. I like K-pop a lot. Yeah. And I really like The Office a lot now. Oh my god, yay! I just started, Drake just started watched The Office like, a month ago or so? For the first time ever.
We're on season 6 now.
So on season 6, Jim and Pam are so cute. Yeah, so it's really cool experiencing everything like Office-wise for the first time. And SpongeBob, and that's it. And Marvel, but SpongeBob.
I feel like I love like the DC universe, Marvel and stuff like that. Like, I really am hoping there's room for me in that. I love The Boys. Yeah, right, that's The Office, Friends. I'm trying to think of any interest outside of the show. Music? Not music. I love music, but like, you know, not religious or something like that. But sports, yeah.
I love music. I'm a huge fan of Queen. I love the music of Queen. I'm very passionate and fan of like a lot of the 70s, 80s music. I love Queen. I love Janis Joplin. I love Led Zeppelin. I love Mark Bolan. A lot of those characters inspired Carlos as well. Love a lot of that music. And then I really, as well as Meg, because it's mainly my background, musical theater. And I also really love Disney. You can challenge me with any questions of Disney, I'll probably know it. Me and my brother, because we're both like Disney fanatics, and he's like a computer animator and loves like animation and such. We always play this game at home called Disney Scene It. You know those Scene It games? And we will like to the death, just like get at each other. And he would always try to convince me that I was wrong, and I was always like, I'm not. So yeah, those things. Yeah, I'm fans of those.
Well, if you're into musical theater, Parade is playing on Broadway right now.
My friend Alex Grayson is in it, and he's fantastic.
It's a terrific cast, amazing singing,
Amazing
the story is
cast.
incredible, the staging is incredible. If you get a chance, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Great.
Hi, I'm Netta.
Hi.
I wanted to ask you guys, so one of the major themes of the show is like kind of handling generational trauma, right? And I think that that's like a thing that's kind of become a buzzword now, and it's like for folks who are older, you know, maybe just like realizing about generational trauma. And I'm wondering like how that has impacted your own, like your relationship with your own trauma. Like, do you see it? Are you looking at that now, or are you just like enjoying the process of like doing the show and like living your life?
Yeah, no, I love that question, thank you. I got into acting, this is I can't think of your spirit somewhere. But I got into acting when I was like 15, and I was in a really, really, really dark place, and I'd just gone through a lot of stuff with family and moving, and I moved a lot, 28 times in my life. So like just constantly like relocating and rebuilding foundation. But to your question, one of the first acting exercises that I ever did independently was I tried to play my parents. And in doing that was trying to like justify everything that I feel like they had ever wronged me with, or every mistreatment that I ever had, and try to figure out why they would do that. And that was like the most healing exercise I think I've ever had, and part of the reason I really, really wanted to play John. But yeah, it's like everyone has like whether it's right or wrong, you can justify it, and they usually do. So to try to understand that is, I think, really, really important. And I think the most beautiful part of acting is that we can take a character like John and you can show like why he does what he does, not saying that's right. I can understand this.
Yeah, I feel like the thing that I love is that I feel like with trauma and generational trauma, it's going to be like an ongoing process. I feel like you can heal a lot from it, but it's genuinely something that will probably not ever leave you fully, but you can learn how to handle yourself and how to work through it. And the thing that I love about Carlos specifically is that I feel like he never wants himself to feel like a victim from his traumas. And I feel like he doesn't like to sit in that space. He likes to take action and he loves to work on it the best that he can. And I feel like that's how I like to work on things as well. So I really love that, like, you know, just taking what you've learned from those experiences, from the generational trauma, and rather than kind of sitting in it and allowing it to continue, it's like, okay, what can I do? Sometimes it's hard to say, like, oh, can I change the cycle? Like, maybe it's hard to, like, fully change a cycle, but you can better the cycle in a way. You can, like, make it better for yourself, and you can, moving forward, like, help it with other people that might be going through a similar thing based on, like, you just taking the initiative to make it better for yourself. So that is what I would probably say.
I mean, I guess not necessarily like generational trauma, but like, it's like hard for me to talk about, but I suffer really, really bad from anxiety, and I feel like I suppress a lot. And playing Mary, you know, she suppressed a lot, and kind of seeing how that affected all of her relationships and her relationship with her dad and the people around her, and how she kind of shuts everybody out, because I tend to do that as well. And playing her has been really therapeutic, because I'm like, oh wow, like I, you know, should work towards not suppressing things and kind of just speaking more outwardly, because I feel like Mary like really learned how to do that, but I'm still working on it. But yeah, so that really helped. Thank you.
First of all, I have to say, Jojo, that leukemia fundraiser that you did the other day meant a lot to me. I saw it on Instagram because of my family, so from someone that lost someone to that, I love you 1,000 times.
Thank you so much. Happy to be a part of that.
My question is, first of all, I love you, all of you, and what would your advice be for someone who is struggling with mental health issues, like myself, like?
Lean on the people closest to you, and they're there, friends, family, whatever it is. I feel like just know you're not alone, and know that everybody deals with it. Everybody deals with it. I can tell you that, like, firsthand, people you think that wouldn't do, and just know that you're not alone, and you won't ever be alone, and it will get better. Again, I can't emphasize that enough to the high school thing, but it will get better.
I'm so glad you're a part of the Supernatural family right now, and I cannot wait to give you a hug and a photo op later.
Yay! We're so excited!
Are you guys cool taking our last question here? We got one more. Let's do it. All right, here we go.
Thank you, because I ran here from my Jensen and baby out because I needed to see you guys. So first of all, Jojo, as a 35-year-old non-binary who didn't realize it until much, much later in life, I want to thank you for being so open and honest and not in your face, but very open about it, because it gives me hope for the younger generations that they can figure it out sooner than I did and live in their own truth. Meg, I absolutely adore your fashion sense and your online humor.
Thank you!
But my question is mostly for Drake, because I know that you are a Supernatural fan and you had grown up watching it a bit, and that you loved and idolized these characters and these actors. So I want to know, from a fan perspective, how it felt from idolizing these people on your TV to now being backstage and friends with them and equals with them and getting to work with them. I want to know, like, how that feels.
Yeah, you just realize them hard. No, thank you for the question. It's been fucking incredible. And Jeffrey's here today, and that was like, there was a day on episode 1